What's poppin'? What's up? It's me, Kiki! And I'm back with another video. So y'all, as you can tell by the video title, I'm gonna be talking about my coming out story. So bear with me, it's kind of long. My coming out story. My coming out story was a little bit different just because I had to come out to multiple different people. Well, you guys don't know this, but I was raised by my grandma, and then I was raised, after my grandma passed away, I was raised by my aunt. So, and my mom's still around and all that, but let's just start from the beginning. So, me, Sarah Jessica, as a child, I was a little adventurous little child. I was all over the place, and basically, what would you call it? I was kind of like an adrenaline junkie, and I used to just do little things with little boys and girls at the time. And the one thing I did with a girl, and I was 9 years old. I was hanging out with my best friend at the time. Her name was Tiana. And basically, we were at daycare, and Brent, I don't even know how it even happened, but we was at daycare, and it was just, I don't know, she started feeling on my booty, and then I start feeling on her booty, like sliding our hands up under each other's like cheeks as we sat on the floor watching TV, because we were at a babysitter. So, and then there was like times that we went to like the Boys and Girls Club, and we used to sneak into the bathroom, and that's when we start touching each other's like little private parts, little vaginas. And of course, you know, I don't know if I knew what I was doing. I think it was, for me, it was just like, it was, you know, adrenaline. Like, I didn't know it was adrenaline at that time, but it was just, you know, it was just like, okay, let's do it, you know? And I say I had a choice in the matter of me being gay just due to the fact of my mother is gay. My mother, I wouldn't say gay, she's gender fluid. So she enjoys what she enjoys. So, you know, my whole life I grew up seeing my mom, you know, date girls. Like, I had a stepmom. Her name's Mama Christina. I have other siblings from her that we grew up with. So it came natural to, you know, me. So that's why I had a choice. And then I was raised by my grandma. So she taught me, you know, my grandma was a strong believer in, you know, God and the Bible, and what was wrong, you know. And in the Bible it says, you know, gay is a sin. And when my mom was gay, I seen how my grandma reacted to it. So it's just like, it was hard for me to even want to come out. After that, after I was like, you know, messing around with Tiana at the daycare, like little things start coming up. Like, it was just like little things. I felt like I had, you know, a crush on a friend, or shows like Degrassi, when there was gay people coming out on, two girls coming out on Degrassi. And then also I used to watch South of Nowhere. I'll insert little things here. I don't know if you guys even know about those shows, but I used to watch South of Nowhere, and I started feeling like some type of way, like deep down, like it was. And like back then when I used to mess with, you know, touch the girls' booties and all that, and it you know, it felt different to me than it felt when I was like, you know, crushing on boys. Like, I crushed on boys, but I crushed on boys because of their looks. Like, it wasn't necessarily, oh, I have a boyfriend, like, oh, da-da-da-da. I could say that was like maybe one person that I was like that with, but for the most part, it was just girls. Like, I always had girlfriends, like, And my guy friends, they were like kind of feminine. So it's just like, and then when I did have boyfriends, it was like, I really only had, I would say technically 2 boyfriends in my whole life, my whole lifespan, like that you can say that they were maybe serious boyfriends. But for the most part, it was just all girls, and I haven't really had a lot of girlfriends at that, or in general. But at that time, I didn't have a girlfriend. And then my grandma was still alive at this time, and my sister Ebony started coming around, and she used to be like, "Oh, you're gay," because she seen that I was so interested in, you know, these shows about, you know, gay people. And I used to watch Logo, which was a gay network that had a whole bunch of different shows on it, like the L Word, and that's when it really broke through. Like the L Word, that's when I started watching. I watched that before I even watched the South of Nowhere, and then that's when I got into South of Nowhere, because South of Nowhere was like more girls my age, and then it had a storyline behind it as well. So it's just like, okay. And then I started fighting with myself, and then this was around I would say middle school, and with middle school I was just like, okay, I knew something was different, because it's just like when my friends were telling me about, you know, having sex with dudes that when I'm in like 4th grade, you know, or was it 4th grade? Middle school. Oh, 7th. That's 7th grade. And I used to have to like make up stories about like what I did, and you know, at the time it was like, you know, it made sense to me, and right now I don't understand why I did it. Like, I don't understand why I just didn't come out and just be who I wanted to be. And you know, that's the point of this channel, letting you guys know it's okay to be who you want to be, you know, in the beginning, when you're, you know, questioning yourself from the get. Like, and I know you guys, there's a lot of people out there that question yourselves, and it's hard, because it's just like, you don't want your friends looking at you different. Like, that's what I had to go through. Like, my friends wasn't looking at me different, but they were looking at me different because I didn't want to be real with myself. And even if they weren't looking at me different, because I didn't want to be completely 100 with myself, I felt like they were looking at me different. So sorry, I got a little interrupted, but I forgot where I left off. But at this time in my life, I was losing friends and stuff just due to the fact that I didn't want to be 100% with me and with myself, and I lost a lot of friends due to that. Like, even like friends that I feel like now would have came out to be, you know, gay with me, or, you know, experimented with me, and wouldn't have even judged me, because there's times that, you know, I used to hold my friends' hands, and, you know, but why is that? You know what I mean? Why? Like, I don't know why I didn't question it back then. Like, oh, okay, let me just tell them that I feel some type of way when you hold my hand, and maybe it would go this way, or, you know, and not joke about, like, I used to joke about things with my friends and say, oh, I like you, and then say it's a joke. You know what I mean? And just like, why not just be okay with it at that moment, and then maybe you guys can explore it together, and maybe it wouldn't be that you guys are losing each other as friends, and maybe it'll bring you guys closer, because there's a lot of friends that I've came across that are actually, you know, gay now, or bisexual now. So it's just like, it's okay. So it's just like, back then it wasn't okay, so I still didn't come out, and it wasn't okay for me, because in my head my grandma wasn't okay with it. And when my grandma died when I was 16, I battled with myself, and, you know, just kept battling with myself, and finally I just was like, here I am, you know what I mean? It's me. I'm gonna accept it. So the first person I told was my brother, and it just so happened that he came out to me at the same exact time, and it was crazy, and it made me feel not alone. Like, it made me feel like because me and my brother used to butt heads before my grandma died. Like, we used to butt heads, fight all the time. And it made me feel